Yeah, the number of attacks, cyber attacks that have hit businesses around the world have just skyrocketed. So from ransomware to malware attacks to fraud online is just dramatically increased. And so that infrastructure is your first line of defense. And it really provides the business with the capability to stop those attacks and to really enable the digital transformation of the business, enable the technology to be used properly. And I think so the protections that we need to put in place for the infrastructure is paramount. Yeah, it always starts with the people. So it is people, process, and technology. And so the challenges really are across all of those areas. And so the people can be your biggest asset, but can also be your biggest challenge as well. And someone just clicking on a link or reusing a password, different types of social media attacks can really be used to penetrate any organization. So I think no matter how good the technology is, we've heard of misconfigured services on web cloud services, and so the challenge that companies face is often keeping things secure, even though they may be secure once, keeping them secure and ensuring that the processes are maintained, that the people are well trained, and that the technology is up to date. Yeah, I think it starts off with really a good understanding of your current environment. We call it the as-is environment, your current infrastructure, and then knowing where things are going, having a good understanding of advances in artificial intelligence, advances in autonomous technologies. For governments, it's certainly in finance. What are the attacks that are being done today, and really connecting those dots and looking at the attacks that are likely to be happening in the future. There's a lot of different ways we can do that by connecting the dots, by looking at current threat trends, looking at leading edge trends that are happening now, that are becoming more and more prevalent. So we saw that, for example, happen with ransomware. It started slowly and it grew, and then it evolved into new types of attacks. So as we track those, and I track predictions each and every year, my prediction report brings in the vendors from across the industry and really looking at the top companies around the world and what are they predicting, bringing those together and making sure that we make sense of all of those. What are the trends? What are the best practices for stopping those attacks? And I keep close tabs on that every year. And my report at Lohrmann on cybersecurity is the top report that is issued every December. Strong leadership is essential in a cyber attack. As companies, basically, when a ransomware attack hits, the actions in those first few minutes, quite frankly, are paramount. Who you're going to call, who's going to get involved in the organization, does management know what to do, how to do it, and the leaders, starting at the top, from the CEO to the CFO, CSO, CISO, all of them need to know what's to do, where to go, who to contact, what partners to work with, and everyone needs to be following. And that trust is so important. Trust that that people can do what they need to do, that they're well trained, that they know who to contact, and they know how to address the media and really know how to talk to the public, to their clients, to their partners, to their colleagues. All of it needs to come together quickly because time is very, very precious when a cyber attack hits. Yeah, I think key trends are important, but first of all, I think stories are so essential. What really happened behind the scenes, not philosophically what might happen, or people have seen one-liners or typical slogans around some of these topics, but really true stories that really touch people and inspire action. So take away a real good understanding of what really happens during different cyber attacks, different situations, what can go right, what can go wrong, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've chronicled that in my book, Cyber Mayday and the Day After, and really best practices as well. So we talk a lot about, we call it lemons to lemonade, or when things go wrong, what did people learn from that, and how can you as an organization learn from that and not make the same mistakes that other organizations have made. So best practices are really, really important, but how do they really apply in your context, in your company, in your government?